Okay, today we're going to look at a way to attack into the opponent's attack. If we were to look at fighting like a conversation, too often people don't realize that they're being polite in the sense that they're waiting for him to finish his sentence before they start theirs. What I'm suggesting here is that you be, well, downright rude and attack into his attack. You cut him off before he finishes his sentence with a few words of your own. So the key punch in this case is going to be the cross. So we're going to stop it with the cross. You have to know where he's hitting. He's aiming for your head, so you have to move your head out of the line of that punch while moving the shoulder of the punching arm into line with his jaw, with the target. So from here, the way this works is Gabit throws his cross, and you see, if I stay here, he's going to hit me. So too often, here's what people do. They think, okay, I have to defend first. As he throws it, I'll move, and then I'll hit. Very common. Slip outside the cross and follow up with a hook. And that's not a bad idea. It works just fine. But if he expects that, then he might block it or weave it, or he might throw his hook first. So I think to myself, well, could I have landed a punch before then? And the answer is yes. I could have landed a cross as he threw his cross, not after he throws it to set up my hook, etc. So first, again, let's take a look at the usual model for defense and offense that people have. He's throwing a punch. I might try to parry it and then try to hit or something. Or he throws the punch, I might duck under and weave and hook, which is, again, very functional. He throws it, I might slip out to the outside, 3, 2, 3. Again, works fine, except that if he's expecting me to hit after he throws his punch, then he might defend it better, and I can do better than that by hitting him at the moment he's throwing his punch. So instead, here's what we do. He's throwing his cross, I'm going to slow things down a bit. He throws it, I'm going to move to the outside. Instead of just keeping my hands in and slipping or bobbing to the outside, I'm going to throw a cross at the same time. You move outside the line of his cross as you throw your cross. You're looking at all times where you're hitting. You're looking at his jaw. The reason why most people miss, as far as their attention goes, they miss the opportunity to hit, is because they're not looking at a target and thinking about hitting it. They're looking at his punch coming down the line and worried about getting out of the way of it. So there's already enough to think about for them, for most people, that they can't think of hitting at that moment. Eventually, though, you become comfortable enough with his punch that you can feel it coming down the line. You just boom, you just throw your punch at the same time, and then you follow up. This goes a long way toward discouraging the opponent. All right, discouraging over aggression and confidence, because every time he throws a cross, he knows that you could throw your cross down that line as well. It takes practice, and an important key here is that you have to be comfortable with your head being close to his arm. If I try too hard to make his punch miss, then I move so far out of the way that I can't punch either. So you want to move into the line where you can hit, boom, and you have his punch just barely missing, going over your shoulder. So a real important key here, like I said, is to become comfortable with a punch barely missing by an inch, rather than having it, miss by a foot or so. Okay, so less is more in this case. And another big part of this, landing the stop hit, is a mindset. It's about having the wherewithal to stand there, and as he's throwing a punch, to not go into some defensive mindset where you're so worried about getting hit that you forego an opportunity to land a cross. That's really one of the main determinants of whether you're successful at it or not. Is when he's hitting, what are you thinking? Are you thinking of defending, or are you thinking of attacking? And if it occurs to you to attack, you see that there's a real golden opportunity there. So from here, and the thing I can sense is that he's leaning into his cross as he throws it. See, when I feel that weight come forward, I think, boom, I can land a solid punch, and I get him moving into it. And that's the beauty of the stop hit, is he collides with it because he's moving forward. And why is that? Well, because he's attacking you. The thing on his mind is that he's about to land a good hard punch. He doesn't expect that he's going to miss, and that your cross is going to come down the line and hurt him.